RockEyez would like to welcome Patrick Kennison, Heaven Below. Hey, man, what's up? What's going on?
Hey, man, keeping busy out here on the West Coast.
Cool, cool. When you joined Lita Ford, did you ever think Heaven Below was a thing of the past?
I didn't. Heaven Below has always been my baby, and it's been my post-Union Underground band. And I just, I was like, let me just try to do both.
Right.
There's enough hours in the day. I can try to make this work.
Right, cool. Now you have a new CD coming out October 14th, Good Morning Apocalypse, on Dave Elson's label. There's 12 songs, but you wrote 30. What's going to happen to them extra songs?
We had a discussion about that in the band. Some of the band members were surprised that some of those other ones didn't make the album, but like a lot of bands you've heard, it was just that the other ones weren't finished yet. So we just kind of decided we can't be doing some double CD. That's ridiculous.
Right.
So let's just get the ones that are done. What we really want to do is do a follow-up or some kind of prequel or some kind of sequel to this album, and that will happen so long as this album actually gets the activity and goes where we want. If this album does what we're trying to do, that'll afford us the opportunity to do a sequel or a prequel.
Right. Now, there's 12 tracks on here. That's quite a bit. A lot of people sometimes put 8 and stuff like that. Why'd you decide 12?
Man, I just love to write. I've always been like that. I mean, as far back as Union Underground, I think I had about 50 song ideas for the ill-fated second Union Underground record, and I never stop writing. I can write if I'm in a bad mood. I can write if I'm in a good mood. It's just therapeutic for me, like you hear a lot of musicians say, man. It's just what I do. So I'm always writing every day, any chance I get.
Cool. Now, how did you hook up with Dave Elson's label?
I had known Dave back in the early 2000s when he was working for PV, and I definitely connected with him immediately because the first thing you'd learn about Dave is he's not an arrogant, know-it-all rock star kind of guy. He's a legend that is very personable, and you could talk to him. And so we connected immediately. And then his A&R guy, Tom Hazard, is another buddy of mine.
Right.
And it just naturally came together. Once they had the label and they found out about this album we were working on, it just seemed obvious that we should come together on it.
Cool. Now, you have some guests on there and stuff like that, Lita Ford and Jason McMaster and U.D.O. and other people. But, I mean, was there anybody that you wanted that just couldn't make it? Absolutely.
We had a short list. I started reaching out to people I know.
Right.
One of the first people I reached out to was Rob Zombie. I played on one of his albums before John 5 joined the band. And Rob was such a cool guy. He and I got along immediately. And I got to say, he was awesome. He hit me back immediately and said, I'm working on a movie. This track sounds killer, but I just don't have enough hours in the day. And now I know exactly what he means because I'm the same way now. It seems like I don't have enough hours in the day to do stuff. I reached out to Manson. He was another guy that was too busy touring and doing his own thing. So it was all timing.
Right. Wow. Now, I know you really don't remember me too well, but about a few years ago, we were talking back and forth, and you sent me one of your coffin cases, with the guitar picks and poster and stuff like that. I'd just like to thank you for that, and that's one of my prized collections, So,
oh, you're welcome, brother. Hell yeah, those are rare. Those are custom made by a guy in Las Vegas, and I think I literally have one right now. He only makes them in groups of like 10 or 20, so they go so fast right when we sell them.
Cool. Now I was listening to some of the sample tracks and stuff like that. Nightfall Comes to Life is probably my favorite song on the disc.
Awesome.
But when you reach I Would Do It All Again, there's a little bit of When Daylight Comes on that track. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, well, Nightfall was actually the first song I wrote for the album, and it kind of was the idea for the album because Daylight Dies gets a lot of praise from our fans and friends, and people seem to love the lyrics. It was even licensed. Somebody licensed the lyrics to put in a nationally released book.
Right.
And I thought everybody was asking me what the story with Daylight Dies was, and I had a rough outline of it.
Right.
And then I kind of just started digging into the characters and the ideas of it.
Right.
And it seemed like there was something sinister behind that song. And that's when I wrote Nightfall Comes to Life. And it just seemed, it just set the tone for the whole album. And so, yeah, it does, if it does seem like there's glimpses of that song, it's probably intentional.
Right. Cool. I mean, I really like the direction of this album and stuff like that. It's more aggressive than past Heaven Below music. Actually, it has like a, I wouldn't say a witchcraft type theme, like in some of the tracks, but like, you know, like an evil sound to some of the songs. I guess that was part of the concept of the direction of this album.
Man, I mean, I'm a huge music fan like you, and it seems like rock in the mid-2000s got a little emo-ish. And,
right.
You know, I love bands like The Used and My Chemical Romance, but, you know, in Europe, there's great bands like Sabaton putting stuff out.
Right, yeah.
I mean, yeah, and I couldn't help but figure, like, dude, some of this European metal is awesome. You know, a lot of my friends would be like, dude, it's Hobbit metal or it's medieval metal.
Right.
And I'd be like, no, guys, there is some brilliance in this. And so I made it a point to kind of go that direction because it felt like my youth again. You know, it felt like Judas Priest, Sin After Sin or something.
Right. Now, is Heaven Below going to be any kind of conflict with Lita Ford?
No, as of right now, I'm putting it in between the Lita dates, and it's working out really well. Right. We're getting ready to go out on the Hailstorm tour this week with Lita when the album drops for Heaven Below.
Right.
But we're putting tour dates in between. So, man, I'm just ready to do it. I don't need sleep. I'd rather play music.
Right. Is it hard putting up with Bobby Rock's veganism and you know, he's a personal friend of mine. So
he's amazing.
Yeah. Even I'll tell you a little quick story. Me and him, he flew in here to New Jersey and stuff. We went to TGIF to eat. He actually had to have the chef come out to tell him exactly what was in that dish. No butter, no butter, no nothing like that. It had to be olive oil, garlic, and pasta and vegetables. But he's such a great guy, man. He's amazing. So tell me a little bit about...
he made some stew yesterday that I had at rehearsal. It was amazing. It was vegan. He goes, bro, you know, he's always coming up to me, bro, you got to try this.
Right.
But, dude, I'm from Texas. I can't imagine not eating meat.
Wow. Does Bobby have to leave the table when you start eating or what? No?
No, dude. You know, him and a lot of vegans I know, they're real. I know on the internet they always make vegans look like bad people that drive Priuses and that, like, scoff.
Right.
Bobby Rock is not like that at all. You know, it's a personal decision. It's one that works for him. And, no, he doesn't throw it on anybody. So it's actually, what's funny is it has the opposite effect on me. At that point, I'm kind of interested in it, you know, because nobody's pushing it on me.
Yeah. I mean, my daughter just, you know, is a vegetarian now, and I still email Bobby or talk to him, and, you know, he gives me suggestions what to make, you know, so, like, he's such a cool guy, you know. So what's going to happen the rest of the year for Heaven Below?
We're about to announce some tour dates that are going to go down in the winter on the West Coast. And we already have the second video for the second single on the album has already been shot, and I know the editing on that video should be getting underway in the next few weeks.
Cool. What track is that for?
That's going to be for Devilina and the Damage Done with Kobra Paige.
Cool. That's a cool tune too. You know,
we felt like it was kind of our closest thing to radio, but you know, we love how Kobra sang on it, and she shot the video portion up in Canada with a killer team. So cool. I think the video is going to be great.
Cool. Well, Patrick, it was good talking to you and stuff like that. You know, I can't wait for to get to hear the whole album because they only gave me snippets of everything. So, Good Morning Apocalypse, October 14th, Heaven Below. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, brother.
You know, and good luck. Would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
Thank you for everybody for giving new music a chance, man. I know that rap and country and pop music is dominating the charts. Once again, here's rock. It's the underdog. This goes in cycles. So Dude, Metallica's releasing killer new music. New bands are releasing killer new music, so never count metal and rock out, because it's going to happen.
Cool. Thanks very much, man.
Thanks, brother.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.